so we were talking about this idea of sexual market value, which is something that it's not a myth. It is absolutely true that you, me, everyone in the world has some sort of value in the sexual marketplace. We can call it the mating market, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And so right now, as a 26-year-old, your sexual market value is still very high because you're a young female. And females who are in the range of, it's around, I think it's like 19 to 24 or 20 to 24 have the highest sexual market value. They're at their peak of their looks, and as
natural looks. I will add that natural looks.
Well, yeah, yes, that is true. I mean, you can get work done, but
as I like fluff my platinum hair, natural look.
Yes. Do you have work done?
I mean, no, I have my lips like any other girl, but
Botox?
Okay, Botox, yeah.
Okay, well then, what? Yeah, so you said no. Well, what did you think I meant? Like breast implants?
I haven't had reconstructive surgery. Let's put it that way. No, I mean, I think that that's like a standard thing nowadays. So I think the age, even for men, that marketplace or market value. I'm going to say the wrong word forever.
SMV, sexual market value. So I was saying that yours
SMV.
is. I'm not trying to say this in a mean way. It's yours is going down every year as you approach 30. So I was saying to you on our conversation is now is a time that if you're interested in getting into a relationship, if you're interested in getting married one day, if you're interested in maybe even having kids one day, this is the time to try to find a guy and lock him down because you are at your peak right now. As opposed to a guy where when I was 26 or even in my early 20s, my sexual market value was extremely low. I did not have many resources. I was not very confident. Women are usually attracted to older men. Like we were talking before, you even told me you're attracted to older men. So
definitely.
So that's what. Go ahead.
So for men, is it different? So for women, you know, it's kind of based off. You mentioned like your natural beauty, your like peak, your youth. Like for men, is it more like there's SMV is based off their like resources, wealth, confidence, things like that?
Yeah, and is
that the difference?
Yes, and I would say also in looks too. I mean, you know, I think you tell me.
I would agree.
You're a female. You're the one who's attracted to men. Would you say men get better looking with age?
Totally. I mean, I feel like it's something out of our control in many ways, and like men, you know, most of them don't wear makeup and they're not doing all the things that we do to like stay attractive. So it's interesting that like age, something completely out of their control, you know, adds value to them. As
it is interesting.
And that takes value away from us. And, you know, there's this patriarchal aspect to it where it's like, we talked about it, like your peak birthing years, like if you want to have a baby or if a man wants to start a family, like you can't control that.
What do you mean the patriarchal aspect to it? What does that mean?
I mean,
I've come to hate that word only because it to me it's so vague. Like women just broad. Throw it around, and I don't understand what it means. What did you mean?
Feminism straight on it. No, I think that like I think about it in the way of like how has our society been structured in the past? It's been really like the American dream is the white picket fence. So there's this element of like success in America and, you know, maybe in your life is like a good career for the man, a family for the woman. And that's what I mean by patriarchal, like that's where we've kind of come from. And, you know, it's still like that for many people. And I don't use it in a negative way. I think especially nowadays, like we have more freedom than ever to choose whether we want to live like that or not. And a lot of people choose not to live like that.
Live like what?
I don't know how to say it, like boilerplate, heterosexual, family.
Nuclear family.
Is that the word?
Well, nuclear family I think is like husband, wife, 2 kids, daughter, son, something like that.
There you go.
But
so I don't mean patriarchal in this like, oh, men are evil, like how dare you make us want to have families and these are our best birthing years. No, I just mean like in the way that we've been doing things in the past. That's kind of where that fits in.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So So do you agree that you are at the peak of your sexual market value?
I'm torn. You know what? Like, I would love to give a yes or no, but it's
If
been a
you
sore
had to say,
spot. Like,
if you had to give a yes or no.
okay, if I absolutely had to, I would say yes. But if you ask me this question in 5 years when I'm 32, or wait, yeah, about 32, because I'm turning 27 in a few months, I might say something different. So from what I know now, I'm like, yeah, I feel like I'm at my peak.
Well,
Like,
what would you say
I've
in 5
gotten,
years, you think?
well, I think I'm going to be really hot. And I'm definitely going to, like, I don't know, just try to get hotter and hotter and hotter. And I'm hoping that will supplement for my age and then develop my personality, continue developing that and like my passions. And I'm hoping that I'll be like, nope, every guy wants me still. Every girl wants me
I
still.
I
Like,
think
I'm at my peak.
I think that yes, you will still be attractive in 5 years, for sure. Will you be as attractive as you are today? Not a chance. Not a
No,
chance.
so this is the thing. This
Women
is the
women
thing. And
don't
this,
age. Women, hold on. How do I say this? Women don't get more attractive past the prime years physically.
what about Kim Kardashian? It's like a pinnacle example
Well,
of like
Kim.
plastic surgery
Okay,
where
so
we're at, right?
yeah, so Kim Kardashian is very attractive. She's like 40 years old. She's had a lot of work done, so all those things help. But hold on, that actually just proves the point right there. Why does
Oh
Kim
no.
Kardashian at 40 years old have so much plastic surgery? Did she have that when she was 23? Maybe she did a little bit, but compared to now, there's no question she has way more plastic surgery now to make her more
Totally.
attractive. Why?
Yeah.
Because of the point I just made, is that women get less physically attractive over time unless they do things to fix it. Now, I might argue,
Yeah.
and maybe this is opinion and subjective, that Kim Kardashian at 24 years old was probably more attractive than she is today. Is she still attractive? Yes. Was she more attractive at 23? Probably. I don't know. I don't have pictures of it, but I'm sure she does. Just because men are attracted to women who have signs of strong fertility, and women
Yeah.
are more fertile when they are younger. So that is why, just speaking from evolutionary psychology, that men are attracted to younger women. And the same reason why women are attracted to older men is because as they get older, they have more resources, and those things help with raising the baby, raising the family. Whether you want a baby or family or not, this is all things that are just inside of our DNA. So that's is that clear on that, on how that works?
I mean, yeah, the only point I would make to that is that like, does Kim Kardashian look better when she's 23? Maybe, but she's also famous. Like there's other things that make people desirable besides their age. That's like,
Men don't care if the girl's famous or not. It might be like, oh cool, I hooked up with this celebrity. But if I put a oh man,
we're talking
okay.
about love. Is that what we mean? Like true.
Well, uh, if I put an overweight celebrity, if I put Amy Schumer, I don't know if she's overweight,
Amy.
but what did you say?
I said I love Amy Schumer.
She's hilarious.
Wow,
But if
she's
I put Amy
hilarious.
Schumer next to, I don't know, I think we can agree Amy Schumer is not necessarily very physically attractive. I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe,
I would have to disagree. I would have to disagree, but
well,
I have my own. I have my own preferences. I do like blondes.
you're also a
so.
girl, so it's hard to
I
get
think,
that
you know what,
opinion
there's an
from you.
element. I also have a filter because I've loved Amy Schumer since I was like 15 years
Who would you
old. So I couldn't.
You're bisexual,
objectively-
right?
Yes.
Okay, who would you rather sleep with? Amy Schumer. I don't know if this is going to make a point, but Amy Schumer or Kim Kardashian?
Okay. Obviously, Kim Kardashian.
Okay. Both are the same age, by
So
the way.
there's our
Both
way
are
of
the
saying
same
it.
age. Amy Schumer's
Are
40.
they?
Yes. Just to make it a pretty clear
Okay.
question here, right? It's like they're both the same age. You're more attracted physically to Kim Kardashian.
Yes.
So for a guy, same thing. But my point is that if we put Amy Schumer next to a 23-year-old who's very attractive and not famous, and he had the choice, hypothetically to sleep with one of them, I would say most would probably sleep with a 23-year-old, even besides the fact that Amy Schumer is more famous, because men don't necessarily care about that in terms of what makes them attracted to a woman.
Yeah, I would definitely, I can understand that. The narrative I've had since I was a kid was, and even though I grew up really like poor actually, was I'm not scared of getting older. I'm just going to buy good looks and I'll be famous and it'll be okay. Like I will supplement age with money, good looks, and hopefully fame or some sort of success or accomplishment. And
But
it's going to be okay.
And I have a feeling that even then you will absolutely still attract many men, but
Maybe it's just the different type. Like, I don't know.
Maybe a different type, but not as many men as you would be able to today.
Yeah, like there'll probably
agree
be a
with
time
that?
when I'm like, I miss.
Do you agree that right now you have how do I say this? You have more men available to you right now than you will in 5 years.
Yeah, I think like, unfortunately, men will sleep with like anything in general. So I don't think I don't think I'm gonna ever have to like try to get laid or something like that. Like I've never. I mean, I was not that cute when I was 17. I had no issue with it. You know what I mean?
You said men will sleep with anything. So yeah,
Like
it is true. Men are less selective than women.
they're less for sex, like for physically, like my guy friends are like, oh yeah, she's hideous, but she has a good body. Like they're able to like see past a lot of things. Whereas I have like, for women at least, like this like checklist of like, I want you to look like this, be like this, just to sleep with, not relationships. Whereas men are like, basically if they have a hole, like I'll do it. But I think when I'm 32, like will my options for dating become slimmer? Yeah, I think like a lot of people definitely are looking for like mid-20s, like maybe the age I'm at now. But in terms of sex, I'm like, no.
So do you understand that? So that's really cool of you to understand that, because women don't like to hear it because it doesn't feel good to hear that. And the fact that you understand that is pretty powerful.
What specifically? Just the difference
everything
between
you
sex and
said. The
relationship?
idea that your options will get less and less as you get older. And so what we're finding out is a lot of women are in denial of that. And also what happens is as they get older, their list for what they're looking for gets larger.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
Right? Their list naturally, and I think that happens with everyone too. Your list gets larger. You've dated a lot. You kind of like know all the things that you're looking for.
You're getting more specific.
You're getting more specific. And as a woman gets older and that list gets larger, then her options start narrowing down to such a small degree, and her sexual market value is lower than she was, that it becomes harder for them to find someone. That's why when we were on the phone the other day, I was saying to you, you're at around your peak, just a little bit over, but around your peak of physical attractiveness. And so you have more options now. So whatever you're looking for in a relationship, now might be the time to get on that before you're a 35-year-old jaded woman who then has slimmer options.